y'all, it's Liz again. I'm trying to knock these videos out. This one is my 7-year-old niece. I'm in my 20s and I have a 7-year-old niece who is very disrespectful. By that I mean she cusses at me, she even hits me and attacks me when she gets mad. There is no respect, which blows my mind, because if I had done the things that she'd done when I was younger, I probably wouldn't be here typing this right now. My parents didn't take any of that, and to be honest, my mom can get a little scary when she gets mad. I'm in my last semester of college and will be moving out, hopefully, the first month of when I get a full-time job. But right now I'm living at home with my mother, my father, and my niece. Or my niece is there quite often. And she's been known to take my makeup. She stopped for a while and hadn't taken anything for a while. Well, I recently went to the store after I got some money from my college. Since I don't work and it's hard to come by money these days, I bought some makeup and some candy when I get stressed out from school. The only thing that calms me is my M&Ms, which mysteriously went missing. Fine, I let it go. But then I noticed the lip gloss pack that I had also bought was missing the next day. I am very mad, and I called my sister to tell her my niece stole my things and then I need it back. The only other people that lived in the house are my parents, and I highly doubt that they would take my M&Ms and my makeup. So when I tell my niece to give it back, she says, I didn't take it, and that's that. My sister doesn't seem to give two shits of her daughter's behavior and brags to people, saying as long as her daughter is good in public, that's all that matters. All right, number one, your sister need an ass whipped. Okay, let me finish reading. Nobody believes her, apparently, that the niece is stealing this stuff from her. I'm a grown woman and it's only a few months longer and I know I'm done, but I really feel like this is my personal belongings and I should not have to deal with my niece's complete disrespect. And when I say she hits me, you're probably thinking, you're 20, your niece is 7, but you have to realize my niece is about 40 pounds overweight. I'm 115 pounds, she's 95 pounds. There's been occasions where she has pushed me and actually moved because, wait. So there's been numerous occasions where she pushed and I actually moved because she's a little strong. Well, let's see. When I say that she curses, example, she'll say stuff like, fuck you, bitch. Wow. Y'all, hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. Please tell me what you think. I'm a little embarrassed, but if I'm wrong, I need to know. Maybe I need a different perspective to understand who's right and who's wrong, and maybe a solution to this. You know what? 7-year-old niece. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Shit, I got an adult daughter and son. And to be honest, I can't even imagine them saying anything like that. Fuck you, bitch. I have 2 nieces. I have a 14-year-old and I've got a 26-year-old niece. I am so lucky to have respectful kids in my family. I mean, because I don't know about this situation. Because you can't beat ass because you go to jail. The one thing I can tell you, I know you live at your parents' house, but if they wouldn't mind, I would put a lock on my door. I know. Maybe that's going a little bit too far because you're going to be moving out soon. Or I would lock my shit up. And once you move out, you don't have to deal with that devil child anymore. Number one, I don't know if it's really the 7-year-old's fault because apparently she was brought up in that kind of atmosphere to be calling someone a bitch at 7. You know, I think it stems from her mother. It might have stemmed from your parents. You know, because they're softer now on the grandchild. I just can't even imagine. I can't imagine what is your sister like? You know? I mean, the niece doesn't live with your grandparents. She visits, or live with your parents, but she visits. But what is her mother like? What is your fucking sister like? How can your sister let this kind of behavior go on? You know what? If I was you, I think I'd have to, you know, punch that bitch in her throat. I would punch my sister in her fucking throat. And then punch her in her stomach. You know? No, let me not do the violent thing. But apparently your sister allows it. And she's a fucking dumbass too to do some bullshit like that. To allow your child to cuss and say, well, as long as she's good in public, bitch, she needs her ass whipped. How about that? Your sister needs her ass whipped. Fucking idiots. I hate fucking people who... Did she go to the school of idiots or what? What the fuck? She graduated with them? I don't understand. How do you allow your child of 7 to talk this way? I don't know about you, but I think that my 7-year-old niece would have to draw back a goddamn nub because you ain't gonna sit up here and disrespect me and call me no motherfucking bitch. Isn't that some bullshit? Girl, I know how you feel. I read the letter and just wanted to whip that little girl's ass myself. Amen? I don't understand these kids nowadays where they can, 7, 8, 9 years old, beating up their parents. You'd have a hard motherfucking time beating my ass at 7 or 8 years old, goddammit. I don't give a fuck how big you are. It'd be a cold day in hell before I let a 7-year-old beat my motherfucking ass. I don't give a damn. You know, that motherfucker could be 190 pounds and I'm 200. I tell you what. Yeah. I'd have to stomp a mud hole in her ass and walk it dry. That ain't gonna happen. I say to you, hang in there. A few more months, and then you're out of there. Just hang in there. Hang tight. If you can lock your shit up, lock it up. Stay away from that motherfucking little devil child. Stay away from her. Because all it's going to do is cause you to lose your temper, and you're going to end up going to jail over some stupid-ass shit with a 7-year-old child. Oh, my God. So, you know what? I think her mama needs her ass whipped. You know, I'd hate to have a sister like that. I know my brother now, you know, his daughter, well, both of my brothers, their daughters, ain't never raised their voice at their daddy. Never. And their daddy don't play that shit. My two, they might want to whisper shit up under their breath, but they better make damn sure I don't hear it. Even to this day, because I am the mother and I'm the adult, you are not going, you know, just say what you want to say to me. I can't believe your 7-year-old niece calls you a bitch or says, fuck you, bitch. You know what? Be honest with you. When I was about 14, I tried to get smart with my mom. Now, I'm taller than her, even at 14. I tried to get smart with her. You know, I said, bitch. Now, when I said bitch, I didn't know that I was going to fly across the room and hit the other wall and damn near knocked myself out. Yeah. I think my mother actually punched me in my throat and then karate chopped me on the top of my head and then jumped up and kicked me with her short legs across the room. Yeah, I was picking myself up thinking, did I just say the word bitch? And my mama said, if you ever talk to me like that again, she said, I will kill you. She said she'd kill me. I felt like I was going to die because about 4 hours later, my dad came home and I was still in my room, still trying to gather my head and the rest of my body up and put it back together. When my dad came in with a fucking big ass thick belt like this and beat my ass for calling my mama a bitch. He beat me with a, I mean, I couldn't even see. That's how bad he beat me till my goddamn eyes shut. Yeah. See, and they just tag teamed each other. Mama said, hey, she called me a bitch. Well, my dad said, what the fuck? Shit. My dad did not play. He did not play. That motherfucker would pick up a belt, a switch. He beat your ass with a piece of paper. He damn sure would. He'd roll that shit so damn tight you think it was a goddamn whip. And he beat the fuck out of you. Now, with that being said, that was the second time I had ever gotten spanked. Because I was a good girl. Except when I call my mom a bitch. And then my dad spanked me. He didn't spank me, he whipped my ass. I had skipped school and stayed with my girlfriend down the street. Because she had been sick that day. She wasn't going to school, so I stayed at her house. And it just so happens her father and my father were both active duty Air Force together, and they worked in the same building. And he had come home for lunch. Never, he knew I was there, and we talked and everything. He didn't ask me if I had skipped or nothing. But when he got back to work, he told my daddy that I was at his house. And I got home from school. I walked home with the rest of the kids from the bus stop and came in, and my dad came home and he sat down. He said, come here and sit with me. And I go sit with my daddy because I loved him. He was my hero. And he asked me, he said, so how was school? I said, it was good. He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, I'm going to ask you again, and don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. How was school today? I said, Daddy, it was good. And he said, all right. And he said, I'll tell you what. He said, I talked to Mr. Benoit, and he told me that you were at his house. And I was like, well, he said, no. Don't try to change your story now. You said you went to school, but I know you didn't. I want you to go and get the belt. And I just, Daddy, please, no. And he said, I said, go get the belt. Because I figured if I go get it and I get the real thick one, it doesn't hurt as bad as those thin ones. Because if my daddy had to go get it, he'd get the little thin black one. And that leaves welts all over your legs and your butt. So I went and got the big thick belt, and I think I got probably a good 10 licks. Yeah. And those are the only 2 spankings I have ever gotten in all my life. Seriously. My daddy hated to spank me. It brought tears to his eyes. Because I was the baby. I was the only girl out of all of us, I have 3 older brothers, and I was the baby. And my daddy, it would break his heart to have to spank me, but he spanked me twice. One for me lying about skipping school, and, for calling my mama a bitch. I got 2 ass whoopings on that day. One from her and one from him. But I just, to let y'all know, I don't know how y'all were raised. You just can't do that shit. You just can't call people a bitch. You can't even you just can't. Especially at 7. You just need to live through it for the next couple of months and move the hell out and leave that devil child alone. And pray that God will work on him. If y'all have any advice, leave it below, because I know a lot of y'all going to be like, hell to the no. At 7, she'll be getting her ass whipped. I think if you take a bar of soap and throw it in a thick white sock, twirl it around and just bust your ass open with it, it don't leave marks. See, they don't leave marks, those bars of soap. I think it depends on how hard you hit, but I wouldn't hit real hard. But I'd take that damn bar of soap, or now Sean and Nikki both had Dawn dishwashing liquid put in their mouth for cussing and lying. Yeah, and I can guarantee you it stopped them. They didn't like that shit too much, because I'd be like, go to the bathroom, and I'd bring that Dawn soap with me. I wouldn't put a lot, just a dot, you know. And I'd make them hold it in their mouth for a few seconds, and then I'd make them take some water and swish it around. And I'd tell them, you keep lying to me, or you cuss, this is what's going to happen. And both my kids have gotten Dawn soap in their mouth before. So, you guys leave your comments below for her. And if you agree with me as far as just riding it out for the next couple of months, please say so. Just leave it below. Deuces! Bye.